Did you get him, champ? Did you get him? Hey, it's the preacher. And I think we need to do a little garden update. There's a lot going on out here. And I want to show you kind of an update on my peppers. If you've kind of followed along with my garden this year, I planted all my plants from seeds. Everything that's out there came from a seed or a set. I planted peppers. The only thing that I got a good sprout of on peppers was Tabasco. And I didn't really want a lot of them. But anyways, that's all I got. So I planted peppers again from seed. And nothing came up. Not one thing came up. So I planted them a third time. This time I changed the potting soil. I planted 6 seeds to a pot. And basically some of them all, well, I got better germination rates, but I still didn't get what I should have got. Let me show you. These are green tomato seeds. These things are like 2 or 3 years old. And we just threw them in just to see if they would sprout. And they did. These are jalapenos here. And what I did is I put 2 seeds in 3 different holes in each of these 4-inch pots. And so here you can see I got 5 over there. I don't know, 4 or 5. So that was pretty good germination rate. This is Mamma Mia. This is an Italian pepper. Here I got 2 out of 4. Over there I got 4 out of 6, and that other one I got 4 out of 6. This is cayenne. Looks like I got about 50% germination rate there. Down here is the Hungarian cheese mix. There again, all these were planted at the same time. Nothing sprouted yet. Habaneros, a cross between a habanero and a banana. Nothing. Lunchbox peppers. These are really the 3 peppers I wanted the most. And I just can't get them to germinate. And then 67 Rebel SST sent me these sun sugar tomatoes last year, and I've tried to get them to sprout 3 times, and I don't know, maybe the seeds just got bad. I have no idea. Here's our deal. What's the deal with the deal? The deal is I've been eating out of this. I've plucked a lot of the lower bottom leaves off. I've actually thinned a couple out on the ends, and it's still making. If you saw the pickled egg recipe, that's where the deal came from. I even threw a little one in here where the marigolds didn't come up. Question, what does this to zinnias? Every time I plant zinnias, something gets in here, like this one here is almost dead. Something ate it. They always look bad, always. Let's get down in the garden proper and we'll look around. There's a deal of marigolds. They're coming right along. Here's the onions that we stuck close together. These we've been eating like spring onions, if you will. You know, we just grab them and chop a lot of the greens. But the Texas sweets are actually putting on pretty good bulbs. Right behind it is these peppers here. These 3 are Tabasco. I've had a problem with cutworms or some kind of worm eating them. And these here are Sandia chilies. This one was just about eaten right here. This little one right there was just about eaten. And it was just stem. It started making leaves again. Over here is the cheese mix, and same thing. I had 3. There's one there that's gone. That one over there was, where's it at? Right there, eaten. This one here seems fairly undamaged. This is a Muncher Cucumber. I didn't order this. It was sent to me by mistake by a Totally Tomato. I planted that cucumber at the same time I planted these cucumbers. So that seed is probably planted 3 months ago. These are probably 4 foot tall, maybe 3.5 foot tall. They've got little cucumbers on them. You get down here and look. They're really starting to put on. Of course, here's my onions. We had a massive windstorm that came through and blew a few of them over. But for the most part, they're making. If you come over here, this is the yellow zucchini. I really need some pollinators. Not all these things are getting pollinated like they should. Some of them are, some of them are not. And I've eaten a couple. and I really like them. And there's another pretty good one down there. Rosemary, thyme, blueberries. Pretty good year for blueberries. These are the container variety. This is a Tasmanian chocolate. They are a determinate variety of tomato. They'll only get, these will kind of get up to like right in here. We grew these last year. This big style tomato cage hold all they need. Over there we've got yellow brandywines, 3 of those, they're doing well. Indigo cherry tomatoes here, they're doing well. Andimo, I don't know, it's a paste tomato. They're doing well. These are the yellow pear tomatoes, the little small cherry size, teardrop shaped or pear shaped tomato. They're doing really well. These are Fantasticos. And if you look down in here, there's actually a couple of them there. I don't know if you can see them, but I've got a couple of green ones hanging, and that's good. You look over here, these are peppers that were decimated by cutworms. Some of them are still hanging on. Out of all the cayenne that I've tried to plant, this little cayenne pepper there is all I have to show for it. I had one habanana make it, and that's it right there. And you know, that thing's as big around as a skull can. So it just didn't do too well. Up here are Tibetan Chilies. I've had these peppers or these seeds for 2 or 3 years, and I just decided to give them a try, and that's what they did. I had one jalapeno sprout, and this is it, and it's doing all right. They're going to start putting on some blooms. Look at this yard. I don't know if you can see that. I'm sure you can see it. Anyways, it's tall. We've had a bunch of rain, and we just decided we had a lot of white clover growing in our yard. I seeded this in white clover several years ago, and it was all blooming, and I told my wife we had a week of rain coming. Well, 10 days really of rain. I said, we probably ought to mow the yard, but we've got all this white clover, and it's blooming, and we don't have bees like we need them. So I said, let's let our yard and the white clover go, and that was a good decision, because now when I look across my yard, I can see bees in the white clover. We just couldn't hardly find a bee earlier this year. So anyways, let me show you this Swiss chard. I had never grown Swiss chard before, and this is the rainbow chard. So you kind of have like a, I guess you'd call that a pink leaf, and then some kind of maybe orangey leaf. My favorite is this dark red. Isn't that pretty? That's something. I come through here and I actually pulled a few out right here and ate them. Cooked them with some spinach, sauteed them in a pan with a little bit of onion and some garlic. Very, very good. Up until now, I've just been eating them on a salad. And I just come out and grab a couple leaves, throw them in there with, you know, regular lettuce and stuff. And I liked them that way. But man, they're really good cooked. I need to do a video cooking them. So anyhow, I kind of thinned them out because they were growing over the top of each other. And I probably need to come out and eat another batch in the next few days. We dumped the rain gauge out once this week. It had 3.5 inches in it. It was raining this morning at 7:30. And let me just show you what we've got for rain. Can you see where it's jiggling there? That's right at the 4-inch mark. So that makes 7.5 inches of rain this week. I'll dump that out. We'll start it over. So I hadn't been able to do much. I've just let my yard go, but by letting it go, I've got a lot of bees here. Everything's looking good. Let me show you these gourds. We're trying something different. I mean, I've grown on these cattle panel arches several times before, but we're growing gourds on them. And on half of this cattle panel, we have loofah sponge gourds, and on the other half, we have birdhouse gourds. And then I hung a bird feeder in the middle. You can see there, the one on this closest to me is up about, I don't know, head high. The other one has reached the top of the panel, and it's trying to figure out if there's anything up there. Loofahs, on the other hand, planted at the same time. Get over here, maybe you can see, and I'll look here. That thing's maybe a foot off the ground at most. And that's just the way they grow. They grow slow. Whereas birdhouse gourds, as you can see, they just shoot up. I mean, these plants are the same age. The loofahs just grow much, much slower. Let me walk around front and I'll show you the potted plants. We'll kind of cover some of the herbs. Ooh, there goes a little snake. Look at that little eraser. You see him? Boy, he's getting it. Better watch out, Champ will get you. But yeah, here from a distance you can see the tomatoes are a couple feet tall. Except for the container tomatoes, and they're a shorter variety anyways. Everything seems to be doing well in spite of all the rain. Yeah. We'll cover that in another video. Alright, I have my muscadines that I'm still waiting to transplant. And I really have to get them out of these pots. I may just put them in 1-gallon pots. This is not citronella. This is sweet mint, lavender. My wife come out and picked all the lavender flowers off, and as soon as we did, it just started shooting up more. The other muscadine, that is lemon balm right here. This is just some chocolate mint, chamomile, basil. It's basil, and oregano. The chives have really filled in front of the pineapple sage. All the potted plants in the front are doing great. Let me show you these chickens. They're really getting big. Their favorite spot, stand on top of the feeder. Of course, with all the rain came gnats. We haven't lost any chickens. May not lose any for a while. They seem to be very healthy. They're obviously a little crowded in there. But as you can see, we've got a chicken tractor just about built. 10 days of rain. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, and tomorrow is my day off. So tomorrow the plan is to encase the chicken tractor in chicken wire, and then we're going to get all those chickens out, and I'll do a separate video on that. I just want to give you a garden update. I really am pleased with the garden in spite of the storms, the wind damage, all the rain. Everything seems to have pulled through very well. I don't have enough peppers to meet the needs that I'm going to have. I plan on making more spices this year and sending them out, and I just don't have enough peppers to pull that off. So I'm encouraged that the cayenne seeds have come up. I'm encouraged that the jalapenos have come up. And I'm still going to hold out hope that I can get some of those other peppers to go ahead and eventually sprout. Because I need the plants, and I don't want to buy plants. I wanted to show you guys, let you know how the garden's going. And I'll see you in the next video, which would probably be a chicken tractor or sauerkraut. I don't know which will be first yet.